This next case, you've been told the ratio of the fourth to the second terms of a GP with the positive common ratio is 1/4. If the first term exceeds the third term by 7.5, you'll be told to determine the seventh term and the sum of the first nine terms. So the first thing is to identify the unknown. So you'll be told it is a geometric progression, isn't it? So the first thing you need to know in a geometric progression, the first term is always denoted by, and the common ratio is R, and the nth term is given by n minus, and the sum of n terms is given by minus 1 over r minus 1. So once you identify the unknowns, is when you go back to the equation, isn't it? And you identify the terms, isn't it? So you'll be told the ratio of the fourth term to the second term. So before you even talk about that ratio, you need to note down the fourth term, isn't it? So from here, we can see what is the fourth term. The nth term is this. So where this fourth term, you put n is 4. It is 4 minus 1, isn't it? So it will be a r raised to power 3. And the second term, ar. Second, you put 2 where n is, isn't it? 2 minus 1, that is ar. So you now go to the question, what do they relate in fourth to second term? The ratio of fourth to the second term of the GP with the positive common ratio is what? So they are telling you the ratio of fourth term to second term, isn't it? Are we together? So the ratio of fourth term to second term is 1 to 4, isn't it? Is that okay? So from there you substitute the fourth term, you found it is ar raised to power 3. Then the second term is ar to be 1 over. So you can see a goes with a cancels with a, you remain with r cubed over r, isn't it? Which is r squared. So r squared is 1 over. So what is r? You find the square root on both sides, isn't it? R is plus or minus a half, but you've been told it is a positive common ratio, meaning r is positive. You take the positive answer, isn't it? Because here the square root of 1 over 4 is plus or minus a half, but we've been told it is a positive common ratio. So you take the positive solution, which is a half. Are we together there? So we found r, the common ratio. So from that statement alone, we found common ratio, equation 1. Then you move on with the equation. If the first term exceeds the third term by 7.5, so if you want to understand the term exceeds, you can say when the first term is 10 and the seventh term is 6, 10 minus 6, you get 4. So you say 10 exceeds it by 4. It's greater than it by 4, isn't it? Are we together? So if you use that same statement now to translate it here, if the first term exceeds the third term by this, meaning first term, if you remove that term from it, you get what is greater than it by, isn't it? Are we together? Have you seen that? So it means first term minus third term, you're supposed to get 7.5. Meaning third term plus 7.5, they will be equal, isn't it? Are we together? So from there we know the first term is already there. What is the third term? Come and translate the third term. Where there is n, you put 3, isn't it? So the third term will be ar squared. So substitute that. First term is a minus third term is to be 7.5 in improper fraction because we want to solve a problem. 15 over 2. Are we together? See, from here we can get the value of a, isn't it? So for us to get a here, a is a common factor, isn't it? So a is a common factor. or you just substitute the value of r squared. Then this minus this is very simple. Whichever means you use, isn't it? R you've already found to be a half, meaning r squared is a quarter. So it is a minus a quarter minus a quarter, because this a quarter times a is a quarter, isn't it? A minus a quarter is 15 over 2. So a minus a quarter a, how many do you remain with? Because this is just like 1a. If you factorize out a, which is a common factor, you remain with 1 minus a quarter, isn't it? Meaning you remain with 3 over 4 a. So 3 over 4 a is equals to 15 over. So what is a? You multiply both sides with the reciprocal, 4 over 3, isn't it? 4 over 3. Then you end up with a to be 10. So you found a to be 10. So we have our common ratio, a half, and our a, 10. So once we found a, we can now answer any question here, isn't it? You can now answer any question there. Once we have the first term and the common ratio. So what is the first thing they want? The seventh? The seventh term. So the seventh term, you know it is AR n minus 1, 7 minus 1, meaning AR raised to power 6, isn't it? So we just substitute. The value of A we found is 10, then it is times. The value of R we found is a half. Then that R is raised to power 6, isn't it? So if you work out this problem, what do you get to be the seventh term? 5 over 32. 5 over 32. So the seventh term is 5 over 32. Then they are saying you get the sum of the first 9 terms, isn't it? So we found out that the sum of n terms was given by, or the geometric progression was given by a into n minus 1 over r minus 1. Then, when they now want the sum of the first 9 terms, meaning you start from the first term, isn't it? So 9 times where there is n, you put 9. So substitute a, the first term you found to be 10. Then r, you found to be a half. Then it is raised to power 9 minus 1, isn't it? Then it is over r minus a half minus 1. What do you get? So, if you do that substitution, let us do it up here. So, sum of 9 terms is a into r raised to power 9 minus 1 over that. So, a you found is 10, r you found is a half, raised to power 9 minus 1, then it is over r minus 1. If you do the substitution, what do we get? What do you get? 2,555 over 128. Over 128. Is that what everyone is getting?
Yes.
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 But you know also this kind of